The Golden Bachelorette runner-up Guy Gansert to guest star on General Hospital. The Golden Bachelorette runner-up, 66, has landed a guest starring role on General Hospital per People. Gansert, who is a retired doctor, will play a wildlife journalist named Jeffrey Beckett, who makes his debut on the Wednesday, March 12 episode. They love the idea of a real doctor who made it to the final two of The Golden Bachelorette, he told the outlet on Friday, March 7. Even though I was ecstatic over being a cast member on The Golden Bachelorette, this was an exciting opportunity to actually act and be a part of an iconic show. This is all happening after deciding to hang up my stethoscope and retire after 35 years. Bachelor Nation was introduced to Gansert during the inaugural season of The Golden Bachelorette. Gansert was one of the many suitors vying for Joan Vasso's affection. Gansert made it to the final two, where Vassos ultimately got engaged to Chalk Chapel during the November 2024 finale. Gansert, who has been a fan of the soap since college, explained that the potential role came into fruition after he joked to one of the Bachelor producers that he'd like a chance to be on such a well-respected long-running series despite having absolutely no acting experience. Weeks later, he had a meeting with the series' executive producer Frank Valentini. 1 month after his chat with Valentini, Gansert received an offer to be on a small one-day episode, which he immediately accepted. When Gansert arrived on set for filming, he was embraced with open arms, calling the experience surreal. The producers, directors, actresses were so incredibly kind and supportive and put me at ease, Gansert recalled. They were all welcoming. There was definitely a sense of family amongst all staff. It was one of the most fun things I have done. They made me feel special. After getting a taste of the acting bug and finding himself more comfortable on the screen, Gansert is hopeful to return to General Hospital after his one-episode arc airs. Before I went on the show, I was happy just to have one chance to see what it is like behind the scenes. Now, I had so much fun and I feel like I could take being comfortable in front of a camera to a more relaxed and excellent level, Gansert told the outlet. Just give me one more. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos reveals why she's not moving in with Chalk Chapel, exclusive. The Golden Bachelorette star Joan Vassos has no immediate plans to move in with fiancé Chalk Chapel. Despite him being her final pick at the end of the ABC reality show last fall, and despite their intentions to marry, they're each staying put in their respective cities. She lives in Rockville, ND, and he lives in Wichita, Can, until they find the perfect place to relocate together in New York. Everybody looks at this like, there's no way this can work because you're not together every minute, the 62-year-old, who was recently named ambassador for the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, PANCEAN's Purple Stride event, exclusively tells Parade, we don't feel the same way about it. We feel like we both have pretty rich lives in our 60s. You find somebody at that time of life, chances are they have stuff going on. They have family or they have jobs or they have friend groups or they have hobbies. So you might not need to spend every waking moment together, or you might not need to live in the same city, and that's how we feel right now about it. She goes on to say that she and Chalk each get to visit the other when there's something fun happening in their respective hometowns. He had a party at his country club on Friday night. We had a blast. I loved being there, she explains. Corey Lay, the Challenge All-Stars Rivals interview. Everybody looks at this like, there's no way this can work because you're not together every minute, the 62-year-old, who was recently named ambassador for the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, PANCEAN's Purple Stride event, exclusively tells Parade, we don't feel the same way about it. We feel like we both have pretty rich lives in our 60s. You find somebody at that time of life, chances are they have stuff going on. They have family or they have jobs or they have friend groups or they have hobbies. So you might not need to spend every waking moment together, or you might not need to live in the same city, and that's how we feel right now about it. Sign up for our The Bachelor newsletter to stay up to date on the latest Bachelor Nation news, exclusive interviews, episode recaps, and more. She goes on to say that she and Chalk each get to visit the other when there's something fun happening in their respective hometowns. He had a party at his country club on Friday night. We had a blast. I loved being there, she explains. Likewise, they'll often meet up in New York, where they're currently house hunting or even on a trip to, say, Cancun. We're not living with each other, but we're kind of living our best lives, Joan says. We get to travel and do all the fun things and be together for those. And then the mundane things of, like, me babysitting my grandkids and him going to work. He's kind of doing it by himself, which I don't need to be there for, and he certainly doesn't want to be here with me babysitting my grandkids or taking my mom to the doctor or whatever. To find love again on The Golden Bachelorette, Vassos had to overcome feeling guilty about the memory of her late husband, John Vassos. The father of her 4 grown children died of pancreatic cancer in January 2021. This past Valentine's Day, 6 years to the day since her late husband's diagnosis, Joan was named ambassador for Pantheon's Purple Stride, the ultimate walk to end pancreatic cancer, taking place April 26 with her team. It's just a sprain for the Washington, D.C. location. We wanted to do something that John would have liked to honor his memory, and when I got presented with this opportunity, I thought, this is exactly what he would want. He would want to help other people, Joan tells Parade. John gave to everyone. I mean, if you could see the checks in his checkbook. From after he passed away, I had the ledger, and it was just to boys and girls clubs. It was to people that he knew that needed money. Although it has been difficult for her to move on from her marriage, she says she knows her late husband would want her to be happy. John actually told me, I want you to find somebody else. I want you to still have a life. You're young, you deserve a future, she shares. And I know that's true. It still feels really weird, but I know he's happy for me. Joan previously told Parade that she and Chuck have put their wedding plans on hold due to busy schedules. I don't think we'll be engaged forever. I want to marry Chuck, she adds now. It's honestly, our journey is a little weird. We are doing the dating process backwards, so I feel like we have a little time of just like, we're having fun dating and not having a million things we have to do. Plus, she says, we don't have biological clocks. We've done all of that, so there's no rush to get married. So, whenever it feels right, it'll feel right, and we could probably throw it together fairly quickly.